Yo, guys, it's your boy, London guy, African Dreaming. Guess who I got on the channel? The one and only, da-da!
Blaxit!
Yeah. She's doing amazing work out here. It's just a quick interview just to touch base with her. So, Julia, I was recently seen that you met the president.
Yes.
First and foremost, how did you feel? How was that experience?
It was remarkable. To be honest with you, we've had a wait, obviously, and it was well worth the wait. I would say that for us, the message is very clear from the president. And, you know, one of the things that he said, I think that has really resonated with me the most is that he said, you know, and he made it very clear that no one can take your Africanness away from you. You know, nobody can take your Africanness away from you. And he said, it doesn't matter where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. He, you know, coined the phrase of Peter Tosh. But first, let me say congratulations on launching your channel, and I wish you every success.
Thank you.
Moving forward,
Thank you.
you know, it's not easy vlogging. Sometimes it can be really challenging because sometimes you become the victim of people's unwitting egos and ignorance and other things. So my advice would say to you, don't worry about them. Just chart ahead and stay on your mission, stay on your journey. Show people your development here. Show people the possibilities here. Show people the wonderful people here and the wonderful culture. Show people the great time that can be had here. Show people also, you know, opportunities that are here for us to come and assist our brothers and sisters. Because, you know, when you come to a family, you know, usually you come, you bring some food or you bring, you know, you go to your family's house, you don't go with your two long hands. Exactly. And so, you know, it's an old Jamaican thing, but, you know, I don't want anybody to think, oh, I'm demanding people come here to do things. But no, I just think that out of our kindness of our hearts and our generosity, it's good to help. And so, in that sense, someone asked me, so Juliet, what are you? So I said, I'm an entrepreneur. There's no such word as entrepreneur. I said, no, I call it entrepreneur because an entrepreneur is someone who just deals with business. An entrepreneur is someone who wants to help people through, you know, entrepreneurialism, which is business. And so I think that's what it's about. So I'm not so much about business, but I am about helping people. Okay. And so rather than say, oh, I'm a philanthropist, I think it's better to be an entrepreneur because that way you benefit the economy, you benefit the local people, and you share your skills with others. And I think that's really important. So it's not just about giving back, it's also about showing and learning, and it's also about it being two ways. So we can also learn from others when we come here. Firstly, we need to learn the language. And for me, I mean, I could tell you about some of my challenges, yeah? When I first moved, I lived in Kaloli, which is a Wolof area. And so I was learning Wolof, you know, lingua Wolof. And then I moved from there, and I was adopted into a Jola family. Oh my gosh. And then, you know, Kasumai, because everybody is Jola. And then Nangadef to everybody who's a Wolof. And then I had to learn Jola. And then I moved into a Mandinka area. So Abinyadi, yes, okay. Exactly. And so that was one of the challenges, is that there's so many different languages to learn. And at my age, you know, it's a little bit challenging, but I kind of got some apps and stuff, and we're having classes here. Classes will be starting here hopefully next month on a regular basis for people who want to book a 12-week course, and I will be on that course. So you'll be joining me, learning the language, and I think we're going to start with the continuation of Wolof because that was like the biggest experience I have in terms of learning the language here. So that's one of the pieces of advice that I would give, and you know, just come respectfully. I think respect is so important. And you as a new vlogger, I will say, yeah, treat your channel like a woman that you'd like to seduce.
What? Yo. Seduce, you know, seduce.
Yeah, treat her like a woman you'd like to seduce. So, you know, when you're thinking about the public, what's the public perception that you would want to give out? If you want to seduce this woman, you're not going to say, oh, look, you know, I've got stinky breath and, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a good person. You're going to show your best in order to, you know, attract her to you. You're going to show her your best attributes. And I think that's really important, that you show your best attributes. Not to say that you can't be truthful and say, look, these are my shortcomings. But, you know, you can highlight those differently. So I think it's about not what you do. Because I have seen, you know, unfortunately, some vloggers, and I've been absolutely repulsed. And I couldn't even watch their content. It literally, you know, made me feel physically sick. Seeing some of their content, and that's not just been in the Gambia either. Yeah, so it's because of the fact that I just feel that they're very, very disrespectful. They love to compare, for example, America, which was built with our blood, sweat and tears, and our lives. You know, and they've forgotten about civil rights movement, the people who lost their lives, the Black Panthers, they've forgotten about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and then they just think they arrived there and everything is so perfect. When people are still being lynched and hanging in trees right now, and, you know, people's necks are still being knelt on until their death in a very public execution. So, you know, I think that we need to be reminded of that. And Africa is a very, very, very beautiful place with some very, very, very beautiful people. And I have had the pleasure of being adopted into a very beautiful family, the Kajabi family. So I want you to be integrated as well. You know, I want you to come and find your place. So any help that Blaxit can give, you know, I'm happy to share. So what's your next question?
So my next question is, what do you find the most challenging in regards to like communication, in regards to communicating with your audience? What's the most challenging thing?
I'll say that Blaxit family, I'm very, very fortunate. I'm incredibly fortunate that I've had a supportive Blaxit family following, which has grown. We have like over 3.7 million views. And I can't even remember how many subscribers I got to say. I've got to catch up on that. But it's over 50,000 and a lot more. Yeah, heading towards 51,000 subscribers. And so I would say one of the challenges I have in communicating is keeping the regularity of content flowing, because sometimes I get incredibly busy and I really want to. I've got a backlog of editing, and so there are some people that I've interviewed and they're texting me, Juliet, you know, Patar is coming, okay? Yeah, Hands Up Patar is coming. And so I haven't had a chance to, you know, put out their content, and it's great content. It's just that I've got a backlog of editing. One of my editors has gone to work on his own film. So, you know, I'm one editor down. So,
it's not easy. It's not easy.
No. And also, you've got to remember the financial implications of also filming. I have to pay people to do this. And so it can be financially challenging as well, because you need to make sure that you get everything done within a fixed budget. And that's not always possible. But the advantages are endless. And when I say that, I've met some of the most fantastic people I've ever met in my life. You know, as a result of vlogging, and people like yourself.
Thank you.
And so I've had the privilege of meeting. So there are some great benefits. I've had some great experiences, some great food, some great dancing.
What's your favorite
some great
food
events. I love plazas. I love plazas. I love Domada. I love Benachin. I think my favourite is Supakandra. I love Supakandra with fufu. And
this one's experienced, you know. Experienced. She knows everything. She knows everything.
Listen, I'm not a stick for nothing.
She knows everything.
I love my food. So yeah, definitely. I love like no, like the porridges and so on. Very nice. I love most of the traditional foods. I love the culture. I love the people. I love village life. I live, you know, in a village, so that's very important to me to participate in village life and events. I missed a wedding recently. I was gutted. I was so tired. By the time I got home, I fell asleep on a sofa and I missed it. But, you know, I usually love to participate in events. And like I said, recently one of the highlights has been obviously meeting the president. You know, how many people who create content on YouTube go and actually meet the president? You know, I'm not a news channel. So go and meet the president of a country, because we're influencers. And I've got to say, maybe I'm more of an influencer than I would say a YouTuber, or even a content creator, because there is a mission behind what I do. And I hope there's a mission behind what you do. And one of the missions, like I said, is to look at across Africa, a whole Africa-wide automatic citizenship program for us homecomers, because we are coming home, and you know, the automatic bit, as I told you before, relates to us automatically being seen as African. That's very important. Being called everything else but an African. So we need to cross that threshold, importantly, in terms of identity. Very important. And then the second thing is that obviously coming to certain nations, like for example, Gambia, 15 years, for me is way too long. It's right for you can go and marry a nice Gambian lady. I'm joking, I don't know if you're married or not. You can go and marry a nice Gambian lady and get your citizenship within 7 years. But unfortunately, I'm already married to a very gorgeous man. And so, you know, the wait there is 15 years. And what we've done is said that that's far too long. But why don't we have a uniform policy across the continent, as opposed to it being country by country? So that is what we're saying. But at the same time, we live here, we're Gambian residents. And so... And
you're treated like Gambians anyway. I see the people do love you here.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You know everything about Gambia there is to know. She knows how to get better deals than even me, you know. So yeah, she's practically a Gambian anyway. So that's none towards, you know, the citizenship. But you're right, you do need your citizenship, and you do need it a lot quicker. So yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's important. And I think with people like yourself and others that are repatriating, your homecomers, okay? I keep using the word homecomers because this is your home. Definitely. This is your home. Repatriation is a process, but you know, this is your home, and you know, you must feel at home when you come here. And I know like certain people have seen certain things online and said, well, why are people saying this? Oh, we're not welcome. In fact, when you come here and when you're on the ground, this is when you know the love. So don't watch, you know, people who sit behind a keyboard and have a fake identity online. You don't even know who they are. Exactly. You know, it could be, you know, I don't know, you know, John Doe, you know, with blonde hair, blue eyes, pretending to be, you know, Sane something. Do you know what I mean? Or Pas Sane, for example. It could be anybody. You don't know who they are, you know. And at the end of the day, like I said, there are people that will say things, but it's like, you know, the Empire Strikes Back. Yeah. You will see when you come here and meet the love here. Don't look at people that are sitting outside and they haven't even got a clue what they're talking about. Come and experience it for yourself.
Come home, come home.
Yeah, come home. That's what I always tell the people, come home.
Come home.
I love living here. It's the best decision I ever made.
Come home.
And I want others to come and make. But I don't just want you to come. I want you to invest in the people, invest in the environment, invest in the infrastructure. Come and support our recycling program. Come and support our community programs, and you know, come and get involved. And I think that's most important.
And I would say actually that when you do come back, you're actually investing in yourself as well, because you're getting a better quality of life. You're eating better food.
Yes.
You're around your people, and you're learning as well a new culture, a new identity. So yeah, come home, come home.
I definitely tell everybody, you know, if I don't know, if I hadn't made this decision, I don't think that I would be as happy as I am. That's for sure. I was sick and tired of the racism, the discrimination. I was sick of the microaggressions. I was sick of the unconscious and conscious bias. I was sick of the institutional, systemic, endemic, and totally personal and societal racism that we experienced, you know, in the UK, in England. It was too much to bear, and it was just too much. Everything about it. It affects your psyche. It affects your mentality, your mindset. It affects your mental health. It affects your self-perception. You start even to doubt yourself. I know some people even bleaching their skin and stuff and wearing wigs trying to blend in and, you know,
That's not good,
put in contacts so that they look more white. And then I see so much, and I saw so much. And for me, part of the conditioning that we have in the West is that it takes you away from your Africanness. And the president said that, don't let anyone take your Africanness away from you. I've been even, criticized by people for saying, oh, you're like the spokesperson for the president. I'm not. I'm just saying what he said. And I will say it over and over and over again, because that's what we need to hear from the head of state. That is what we need to hear from our people. And that is what is the truth. Don't let anyone take your Africanness away from you. You don't need to bleach your skin. You don't need to put in green contacts. You don't need to, wear hair that is, resembling a European when you're an African.
You just need to be yourself.
Just be yourself and love yourself. And I think that's really important, because here you can embrace your Africanness. Here you can embrace your blackness, and you can start to love yourself again without being dominated by images that aren't a reflection of you. Okay. When you see the signboards, when you drive down the road, who do they look like?
They look like me, man.
When you look at the TV and you see the newscasters, who do they look like?
It looks like me. I'm on TV. I'm on TV.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is your role model is when you go into the bank manager looks like you.
Exactly.
The president of the country, of your country,
looks like
you. Yeah, the vice president looks like you.
It's what you call a win-win.
Of course. Of course. I mean, coming here is a win-win. There are areas for development in any country, in every country.
Exactly.
And Gambia is no exception to that. So, for us, I think it's about coming together, developing together, bringing our skills and our resources together, and working together effectively, for the betterment of our people and our nation. That's it.
So guys, when you come back, come and check Julia at Blaxit. Check out her channel. Blaxit. And check out my channel as well. Like and subscribe. London Guy, African Dreaming. It's been a pleasure speaking to you guys. Catch you up soon.
Share with me and I'll put it on my channel too.
Okay, cool.